Hi, everybody. My name is Robin Whitworth, and I have with me Mandy Tuholski, and she is a client in the Elevated Mother Experience. And she's had an amazing journey that I have been privileged to get to help facilitate and see a lot of the stuff that's changed for her. But I would love for you to hear from her. She is currently vacationing in Hawaii and she is woken up in the morning to join us here. Mandy, tell us a little bit about you. Just give us a little life glimpse. Are you married? Do you have kids? Do you work? What are people seeing on the outside when they see Mandy?
So I'm a mother of three, 27, 24, and 20. I was married for 20 years. I've been divorced for 9. And I'm also a special ed teacher, and I own a coffee roasting business that is just getting started.
So exciting. So tell us, where were you before the Elevated Mother Experience? Like what were you looking for, and how did you even find us?
So I had a lot of shame and guilt as a parent. What I gave my children, they were still struggling as adults, and I took on a lot of that shame. I took on a lot of the that attitude of we need to look a certain way to be loved. Are we enough? And we have to be perfect to be accepted. And it has shifted so much. Oh my heavens. Oh my heavens. It's just amazing.
How did you find our program? Like, how did you get
So
in?
I'm not really sure. I just all of a sudden started seeing Robin on my Facebook, or somebody knew her and tagged her or something. And then I was like, oh my gosh, this is what I need. I wish I would have had it like 10 years before, because that would have been great. But what if, it is what it is. But I'm still able to help myself and help my children in a way that is amazing. So it's not just because they're not little. So yeah, it was just came across my feed in Facebook.
Tell us, kind of, a lot of people ask me, like, what is this program for? What do you do? And even I, to this day, I'm like, it's all about you. Like, it's, how do I put
Right.
that into words? So I want to ask you, when someone asks you, what was this program about? What do you say?
So what I would tell people is that all of us get in our own way. What are we doing? What is it based on? And our parents did the best job they typically knew how to do. They didn't mean to shame us. They didn't mean to be our first bully, but they did because of the patterns they were given. So this program gives us the tools to say no more. I am enough. I can do this. I can have a business. I can fall in love. I can be in love with my husband, even though I might be 50 pounds overweight or whatever it is. You can still elevate yourself to a point of, wow, and the vibration. A lot of times Christians have that issue with that word vibration or energy. And if they just get out of that, their mind, their own way, and go, wow, this is really powerful. God really wants us to have abundance and not have the word choices be not the right word choices. Christians get stuck on, oh, well, that comes from the devil, and that comes, no. Honestly, you go into a room and people are negative Nelly, and you know that they're negative Nelly, and they will pull you down. But when you have that vibration of, I can do this, I am powerful, God created me this way to make this world a better place. So it's about me. It's about whoever chooses to partner with you and say, okay, these are the 3 things I want to do. And it's scary, but we know that my third thing was very scary, because why should that be a goal? But some moms even will say, well, I shouldn't have a business. I should be a stay-at-home mom, but I want to have a business. Well, just because your husband makes money, you can make money too. You could help elevate your family to a place of such abundance that it takes pressure off your husband. So anyway, that's just a little bit snippet of what I think.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. So share with us maybe one or two of the biggest, I don't know, you could say, the goals you achieved or just the biggest mindset shifts, what is one or two of those results? Maybe result is the word I'm looking for, the word. What are one or two of the biggest changes that you saw happen in this program for you?
So I really believe that for me in this program, it was about my mindset. And people can say, oh, yeah, flip the switch, blah, blah, blah. But I even did, you'll say, do some experiments. And I did. And if we focus on certain things, they happen. And so if you're conditioning yourself to focus on negative things, they happen. And so just being able to focus on, okay, I want to have this. And I'm going to give you an example. I went to Hawaii in January. We connected, and I think I hired you in February. And you were like, okay, make this happen. Make your business about going and exploring coffee places. And I'm here again. I flew to another island. I made it happen. And most people on my income and as a teacher don't make that happen. It's about creating this abundance. And so it's hard to explain to people until they sit down and say, okay, it's like the analogy of when you buy a new car and you all of a sudden see you've never seen that type of car in red, but you're like, oh my gosh, there's 45 in my city. What? All of a sudden you start seeing it. So it's the same concept. Visualize what you want, like taste it, feel it, own it, and it becomes what you want. And you teach that through giving us actual concrete things, telling us you need to have a morning, routine, and encouraging us and buying that book for us. I mean, that's powerful. Saying, hey, here, I'm going to give you this, and I want you to do this. And that's the steps that people sometimes need.
Beautiful. What is one thing that happened in this program that maybe surprised you? Did anything surprise you?
It surprised me that it's affecting my children. It's affecting my relationships with people outside, meaning my mother, my dad, my sister. I'm able to own my own problems, my trauma, and call them and say, hey, I'm sorry I had that attitude. I was just struggling, and owning it. Before, as a person that has been diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, I used to be ashamed of having highs and lows. I should have it all together. And I was able to, no, I'm having a moment. My blood sugar is really high, and I have to step away. And not even on this vacation, I've been able to, I might not come down to the pool for hours and nobody's going to tell me. And I used to get really angry because I had to have my alone time. And now I'm just like, that's your deal, not mine. And so it's powerful. I mean, I didn't think it would this quickly affect, kind of like the superhero. You see a superhero do this thing, they stand up and the energy goes. That's what I feel like I'm doing. Like I go into a room and it's like, wow, okay.
Yeah. I love that. I love that analogy. So share with me, there are many women that will watch this video and they're going to go, but she doesn't do this, or she doesn't have that, and she's got this, and she has the freedom to do this, or people have their reasons, right? The reasons that they aren't moving forward. And a lot of them are valid. Money reasons, family reasons, personal fear. A lot of women watching this wonder if they really can make a difference. They wonder if things will really change for them. What is something that you would say to them?
Well, first of all, if this came across, there was a reason. I don't think things are just by chance anymore. So that's number one. You have to sit down and say, okay. Then second, if it's resonating in your heart and you're like, okay, well, it's about a money issue. Okay, no, it's really not about a money issue. It's about a self-worth image. And sometimes I think a lot of times women do this thing that we allow others to make decisions for us, and then we get angry that they made that decision. So we can blame others. Well, they left because I wasn't good enough. They did this. And instead of taking ownership and going, wait a minute, I'm valuable enough to do this program. I'm going to figure out how to do this. I'm going to show my husband, or if you're single parents like me, you just say, okay, what do I have to do to make this happen? And create that vision. And if we want something bad enough, we get it. Like if we want that, jeans that are $150, or we wanted that vacation, we make it happen, even if we have to not go to Starbucks 14 times and not next month or whatever. That's just an example. I would never go to Starbucks, but anyway. So my point is that we got to get out of our own way, get out of our own head in the fact that we can make a difference. I don't care who you are, and they can just go and do it and experiment really quickly. Go to the store and smile at people, every person they see, and what difference it makes just by smiling at somebody. And they could be the person that has I don't know. We create this ripple effect of good or bad. I can choose to be that good, power for good or power for evil. And I look at it that way all the time, everywhere I go. And I'm a nobody. I'm just a special ed teacher. So I think if I can make a difference in my children's lives, they're going to make a difference in the people they contact. And they're adults. They don't see me every day. So.
Beautiful. Is there anything else that you wanted to share that you just feel like you want to make sure that people hear when they watch this video, or something you just want to make sure and share? Anything?
So I would encourage you, if you're thinking about it, to jump on a free little call with Robin and ask her some questions. Have some questions wrote down. Don't just get on there randomly and just be like, oh, well, maybe this will work. Have about 3 questions of, is this achievable? Or some really heart-to-heart thoughts of, okay, this could be really powerful for me. And don't second guess yourself all the time, because we have one life. I'm going to be 50 and I'm like, okay, I'm halfway there. My dad's 70 tomorrow. And I'm thinking, just grab onto it. In time's going, instead of enjoying the process and enjoying being present. So that's what I would encourage them to do.
That's beautiful. Well, thank you so much for taking time on your vacation to share with us today. I love coaching you. I love. Mandi is one of those that comes to the table ready to go. She comes to the table saying, this is what I'd like to do. Let's go. And I love that. I love that. Every time we meet, she's prepared. Not everybody has to be that way, but I've enjoyed that about Mandi. So, all right. Thank you so much.